Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney, a rainy day here in the month of September. I've actually just finished mowing our grass fields and now I got the AgroStar. They're hoeing the bigger of the two fields with weeds in it. I'm coming up to the store to actually lease something that I kind of have. I'll explain in a second here, but we're going to dive on into the store. Oh yeah, I was just checking the sale page because I couldn't remember what was for sale. It's been a couple days. Actually, it's been about 4 or 5 days since I recorded an episode, so I had to refresh my memory. Yeah, Zeter tractor. Another tractor on the farm would be bad. We actually got enough money to probably get a tractor and still maybe have enough left over to buy a harvester if it comes up for sale. Reminder again, we can only buy new stuff. Well, I say new stuff. For the farm, I can only buy things from the used section, but I can lease things that we need. I'm going to be coming down to, is it grass care? Or balers? Where's the balers? And I need to get ourselves a wrapper. You have a wrapper? Yes, I do. I got this one right here. But I want to get one from Farmer G's selectable bale capacity pack for a couple of reasons. I want to try it out. Not only does it do the bigger bales, for square bales, 180 up to 249. And if you don't understand 249, it's a weird number. Yeah, because his bales you can make rather... they're not large size, but large capacity for how much grass you actually put into them. But the one thing I want to try out is that, yeah, this is, from what I understand, when he told me, it does wrap faster. So, rainy wrap right, yes, rainy wrap right. How about rainy wrap white is what we're going to be doing. So, yeah, make sure I lease it, just $2,600. And if it wraps a lot faster, then great. Be good to know. That way, if it ever comes up for sale, well, maybe I'll sell the one that we have. I say maybe. If I'm still doing grass work, I will sell the one that we have. And, of course, we'll get this one that wraps faster. How much faster does it wrap? Well, we're about to find out. So, yeah, it is raining, but we're not doing any harvesting. But we got a few things to do in September before we move on. I'm not sure if I'll even move on in this month, but we'll see how we get along here. You can see it's not going to take long for the AgroStar to take care of the weeds in our field here. Is that a field of canola? I think I planted canola. Oh, yeah, one field of canola, and I think one field of mustard is what I planted. Now I remember. So, when I was cutting the grass, when I logged in, it was like, you know where the sheep were? That grass is somewhat ready to be cut, so I came over here and cut this grass as well. Now, I know some people were kind of not too happy that we got rid of the goats. Oh, yeah, this does wrap a lot faster. I think that's 3 times. Picks up, wraps, drops. Lovely. So I'll have to keep our eye on the sale page. If this ever comes up, we'll sell the one that we have. And this one has like a turbo chip in it. Great when you got a wrap. I don't know how many bales I've made. And actually, I wonder how long it took me to mow the grass. We can do a couple things here. Let's go to stats. Alright, so I've been on for about an hour today. And I did make 63 bales. So, yeah, an hour to cut 3 grass fields. But 63 bales. We got 63 bales to wrap. One that wraps 3 times faster. I'll take that. So we are going to be planting this grass field. We're going to be putting wheat in, if I remember correctly. We do have a lease seed drill over there. I should only have 3 lease items currently. We got this wrapper now. We got the planter. And I got, of course, the trailer, the auto-loading trailer for moving bales around. We will have bales that should be almost fully fermented, or if they may already be fully fermented, I can't remember, in the bale shed. That's got to go into the BGA, and I have grass bales in there as well. I was keeping for the goats, because the goats were starting to go through a lot of grass. But those bales, we're going to pop those out, and we're going to wrap those up also. I may have a bale down here by the river, because after I cut this grass field, I tried taking my shortcut, but the baler got stuck in the worker. The worker did not like being here, so they got stuck on a rock and dropped a bale there in disappointment. Yes, this does pretty good work. I'm going to have to get this wrapper from now on in FS25 if I ever do more bale wrapping, which I'm sure I will at some point on another map. So yeah, getting back to the goats, I know a few people were disappointed that we got rid of the goats. someone said the goal isn't the goal making money. That is one of the goals, I guess. You do want to make some money, but the main goal for me when I play any type of game is to have fun. And the goats were just going to make us way too much money, and that would have ruined, for me, would have ruined the series because we would just had so much money. But again, I can only buy what's in the use section, so even though having all that money and not being able to put it to use would kind of suck. But I mean, we do have $411,000 in the bank account, so and we're going to be doing pretty good here forward because we're getting more fields, we're getting more equipment. I basically just need a harvester. We got ourselves a header. That was a step in the right direction. Yeah, but we do have ourselves a header. We just need a harvester and a bigger direct drill because when we have... I probably kind of regret now buying it because, I mean, it did help us plant a couple of fields, but it took forever with a 4-meter wide direct drill. And it just takes a moment. Oh yeah, the worker, when I got done cutting the grass, followed me to here, so we'll wrap these up. I have not, wait, did I try the bale launching since they updated the game? I think I may have. I think I tried it on out. Kind of disappointing they fixed that. Yeah, I feel like I talked about it probably last episode. But, yeah, the bale launching, that was kind of fun while it lasted. Not so much if they were your bales and then you couldn't find one, but maybe you found it, many hours later while you're playing the game, just driving across the road and be like, what's this square white thing over here? Oh, it's a silage bale from my grass field. Somehow it launched, 100,000 meters over here. So this grass field, of course the other grass field, those will have to be fertilized. Again, where the goats were, we're going to be planting wheat in that today. So I can return that drill. We'll get the other field of... I think I put mustard in the small field because I put that in the smaller field rather than the larger field because the canola, of course, I can put down into our grain/oil mill to make oil. And we're doing mustard just because. And we're going to sell that probably straight up. I don't think I will get myself a silo. And someone did mention again about the train silo. I should probably maybe think about putting it into a train silo for storage. I mean, is it cheating? Not really. Because the game allows us to do that. But I think I'll just sell the mustard straight up on the day that it is. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. I mean, maybe it all depends on how we're doing on money when that situation comes about. Alright, let me go ahead and go around the field. I'll get the rest of these wrapped up, which is not going to take me too long. Again, this is from the bales... what's actually the mod called? It's kind of nice that they put the name of the mod in the store, so you know what you're actually looking at for mods. But it's a selectable bale capacity pack. And yeah, there's a few things in there. So like I said, the balers in the pack, they'll allow you to make, like the bales can be up to 249 centimeters. Boy, grass bales, I can't remember how much they hold, but I want to say pretty close to 50,000 or maybe over 50,000 liters of grass. So if you have like a very large field and you want to kind of eliminate the amount of bales that you have, this is the pack to go for. Anyways, I'm going to get these wrapped up. And then we'll probably weed the mustard field. And then we'll get to planting some wheat in what was the goat pasture. Been wrapping so many bales I ran out of rainy wrap. Boy, I can't say that today. So I had to just pay $1,200 for that. I probably could have used my own wrapper at that point. But that's fine. I feel rich. So I do got the grass bales out of the bale shed, and that's what I'm wrapping up here. I just spawned them out and then picked them up and threw them. But I think I got another grass bale. I'm wondering if that's not a full-size grass bale. Let's see here. Silage bales. So those bales have been fermented. Nope, we got another one right there. Interestingly enough. And you know what? We'll just push that one out of the way and let that one take it. Wrap it on up. So yeah, we'll spawn those in a moment. Well, let's go ahead and But you know what? I can just return the wrapper. I think I'm all done with it. Let's go into... Nope, not farmland. You want to go into vehicles there, sir. Into vehicles. Vehicles, there we go. Leasing. And nope, that's my trailer. That is the wrapper. We'll return that. That way it makes it a little bit easier. But now for the fun part, we'll pick up these bales and then throw them on into the bale shed. And then we'll grab the ones that are in there. The black ones, those are the ones that are fermented. Actually, I'll probably just clean this up first, and then we'll start taking some out. That way we can get the process started inside the BGA. Almost a full trailer just on this field alone. But then again, I did take about 8 bales out of the shed here. Right, so hopefully when I drive through here, they'll just be taken automatically. Alright, so as we know, I can't really use the auto-loading trailer to unload into there. So I might as well just go ahead and pick them up from here. Make sure I'm doing silage bales, 26 or whatever. They do say silage on just to be sure. Alright, it says silage. Oh, yep, there it goes. It's taking it. It be taking it. Oh yeah, and you gotta be careful with the shed. Just by pushing them in a little bit, the auto-loading shed will just take the bale from you. But yeah, we'll start this process up, of course. Turning the silage into electricity methane, which is being sold directly. And then, of course, we also get digestate, which I will need for fertilizing our fields. But I seem to have a lot of digestate in storage still at this point. So you see me do this many times, but I'll get this first batch in until the BGA is full. And then I'll go around, pick up the rest of the bales, and just dump them into the bale shed. And then I'll start working on the others in a time forward, because we can move time forward to get rid of the rain and also make some money at the BGA. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on doing what I'm doing. And it looks like the BGA might be full. And I will see you in a little bit. And the last of the bales. Almost another full trailer. Well, it was a full trailer, but plus one. So I threw that on top for good measure. And now all the white bales that you see in here will be the ones we did today. Perfect. Let's drop this off here. And we'll turn the John Deere off. And I don't know how many more bales I got to spawn in here for silage. Silage. 16 more bales, apparently. Alright, let's fast forward time. We'll put it at 360 so the BGA, as we know, will go through it. And we'll watch the money go up. I think I was at 409,000 there. Yeah, we're up to 430. I think we'll get up to about 470, maybe 480. I think. Alright, we're up to 443. $455. The rain has gone, which is nice. Looks like I got more silage bales inside the shed still. Let's see, what do we got here? Square bales, grass, silage. Yeah, I got 4 more. I may have pushed some in after they spawned. But if there's some hidden in there, we'll get them in a little while. Now, as for my grass fields, because now we got to wait 3 months for them to be ready to be fully harvested. Well, that technically would be December, but our grass is not going to get there. So in November, it'll be ready for harvest, but not at the full height. I may just surpass that this year. We'll have to wait and see. Just make sure, so we got grass. Yeah, nothing but grass bales in there, so we're all set. So as for my trailer that I've been leasing, I'm going to return that because just maybe, finally after returning that, the store will want to put that on the used section, so we'll return that. All right, let's jump now into, wait for it. Yep, the AgroStar with the hoe. And we'll just zip across and do our mustard field. Yeah, we are up to 467,000. I'm sure that will go up money-wise a little bit. But let me keep the time speed down a little bit because it's 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't want too much time going on. Now, I was going to put some thought into maybe buying one of these fields over here. I'm going to let those farmers maybe harvest those fields and see what they do with it. Because both crops they have in there, one's potatoes, one's sunflowers. I don't have a harvester. I do have a header, but that header that we own does neither of those crops. So, yeah, buying the field with a crop in it, well, if it was a crop I could do something with, then maybe I would think about it. But, yeah, we'll just let it go on by for now, and we'll keep the money in our bank account in case a harvester does come up for sale. Hopefully a decent one. I did like that case one that we used. That worked out pretty well. So yeah, this field here is mustard. So yeah, in the update to the map, they added a few more crops, and mustard was one of them. Like I said, I think I did mustard in FS22. I'm not sure if I did or didn't. Can't quite remember. I did it somewhere. Just not sure where. And again, we're just going to be harvesting it and selling it. But yeah, if you own the farm, and that's one thing I have not tried yet. If you own the starting farm, which is this, I do believe this land to our left here, we can see all these buildings. There should be a production there somewhere that you can do mustard jarred or jarred mustard. Forgot how it's termed, but yeah, if you harvest mustard and you had the production building on the farm, you can do that. Now, unfortunately, from what I was looking at in the store page, does not look like it's a production building I can buy and put down on my own land. So, yeah, I don't know. For those who have the starting farm, leave a comment below as to, have you tried the mustard yet? Is the production building there? Do you have to buy the production building even though you have the farm, or does it just come with the farm? Like I said, I can't say because I don't own that property. Yeah, so we'll get rid of these weeds here, and then because I did lease the planter, of course, in August to plant both of these fields. We're going to plant, I believe I put it on wheat, and I can't remember exactly why I said wheat, other than the fact, of course, I know why I picked wheat. All right, it's coming back to me now. Not only because I can plant it in September, but the wheat, the canola, and the mustard should all be ready for harvest in the same month. So if I don't own a harvester by then, and I lease one, at least I only have to lease it for a particular month, and that way I won't have any overnight fees. But I would hope within the next year, by the time we get to harvest season, which it should be August for all these crops, I would hope that maybe a harvester that we could use will come up for sale. It's going to have to be one. I think that case harvester had 400 horse. I don't think we can get by with a 200. I think the other harvesters that were just below it were like 280 horse. That might be a little bit too low for the size header that we have. So we'll have to just have to wait and see how the cards play out. So as we look at the crops after they were grown in last episode, and the canola and mustard in the first stage of growth, they look exactly the same. When they get mature, they're going to look pretty similar, but there is a slight difference in how they're going to look. Also got to remember that we do have... We're making flour down at the grain mill, which we do own. We bought that a little while ago. And yeah, all that sorghum we harvested is being made into flour. And of course, we'll sell that in January. And of course, I definitely will be using an autoloader because we're going to have pretty close to 100 pallets. This field is almost weed-free. I'll double-check these fields. If I remember correctly, I did put some digestate in these fields before we planted them, so they should be fully fertilized. But weeding complete. So this field here, 87% yield. So I'm guessing after harvest this next season, next season, this field will probably need some lime put into it. And I don't know about this field over here. I'm going to say I did them at the same time. Because I'm pretty sure I would have leased the spreader and done both fields at the same time. So what is this field going to be? It must got to be 87%. It is. Surprise, surprise. All right, so we need the John Deere for this planter slash seed drill, all in one, if you will. Does feel a little bit weird now without the dairy production being there and the goats being gone. But yeah, also someone did mention about the goats, you know, even though we could have just sold a lot of goats and just kept a few there, but they would have been reproducing. I would have had to like kind of micromanage the goats a little bit. And I was like, you know what, that's why I decided, you know, let's just get them completely. And that way I get access to the field and we can plant a crop like wheat into it. Eventually when I get myself a plow, I'll probably plow this back up and turn it into a field and get it back to where, back to its glory the way it was. But for now, yep, we'll just get the wheat back in, or a crop back in. So, bye-bye grass. I mean, this always was a grass field. This was the first field I purchased way back when. I think the field cost me $91,000. I definitely have got my money back on the field by now with the goats and the milk and the goat cheese and all the times before that, cutting up grass and making bales and selling, you know, the silage on through. Yeah, so next year when we harvest this field, the wheat, of course, will go to the grain mill. I don't think I'll be doing anything else with it. And the straw that was in the field is going to go into the BGA and be processed. Do like this field down by here at the river. It's a little bit oddly shaped when you get down here, but kind of hard to tell where the field actually ends because you know, grass in the grass. And yeah, I did talk a little bit about the grass having two harvest stages on the PDA. Well, it doesn't show the two harvest stages on the PDA like it used to back. I definitely in 19. 22, I don't remember if it had the two different harvest stages for grass. The best way to just keep track of it is kind of match it up alongside like the meadow grass at the end of the field. So if you don't know what harvest stage you're in, if you're not keeping track, I mean, the grass growth is going to have different heights to it. So just kind of compare it to like the taller meadow grass at the side of the field. If it's beginning of the year, maybe kind of hard to tell. Yeah, but from what I think someone told me, or someone left a comment, that they harvested the field in the first harvest stage and only got 50% of what they used to. So, yeah, you may want to wait until that second harvest stage. At least I do. But run the farm the way you see fit for yourself. Some people are going to want to harvest it every 2 months. But I think I feel like I always do enough grass work. I don't feel like cutting the grass every 2 months. Before I was, because I couldn't help myself. The grass was ready. Wasn't going to get any better. I don't think this field required lime because being a grass field, it doesn't go through the lime after each cut because you're not replanting in it. But let me just make sure. Yeah, it doesn't say needs lime or anything, so we should be all set. Of course, these two grass fields, they will get fertilized. But I'll probably get the AgroStar fertilizing in them in the month of October. And yeah, I'm kind of cutting back on the amount of contracts we're doing here. The farm on its own is starting to really bring in the money. And of course, as we buy more stuff, it's less stuff that I need to purchase. But that doesn't mean I don't want to expand more. It's just that I'm not in dire need to try to get some money into the bank account so when something does come up for sale, I have the money. Currently, right now, I have the money, so I don't feel like, I need to rush out there and do every contract that seems pretty darn good. I'm getting a little bit more picky on it, but with harvest season here, I didn't look today, though. Really looking for, plowing contracts. And maybe I'll check on contracts here when I get done. Mainly the big field. I don't know what field it is. I want to say, for some reason, 87 rings a bell. But it's the field on the east side that's a rather big one. I mean, there are a few big fields up here for plowing contracts that will pay rather well. What the heck was... Oh, that was interesting. It looked like it was a perfectly square part of the field I did not plant in. But I think it's just the game hasn't updated that part of the field yet. So yeah, again, this planter here is leased. But after I get done with it, we'll empty out the seed and fertilizer and we will return it. And fingers crossed, maybe we'll get lucky enough this upcoming winter into next spring and it'll come up for sale. And if nothing comes up for sale throughout the winter months and we still have the money that we have, well, we can buy some of those fields that we were looking at earlier with the potatoes and sunflowers in them and kind of merge that way, kind of stay on this side of the river for now. Yep, we're up to 479,000. So the BGA, I think, probably has gone through everything. So I'm guessing it has nothing left to sell. And yeah, I think I got all the grass there. Did the BGA go through it all, or is it still some stuff? It's got a little electrical charge. It's still got some silage to go through, but not really enough where we're going to see a huge increase of money. So this field will need to be weeded in October, but not that big. There was that square patch again. But yeah, it won't take me long to weed the field with the AgroStar. I'm actually going to plop these pallets here because seed and fertilizer next to the seed hut would be a good idea. Not enough space. There we go. Boy, it seems like a lot when you do it that way. All right, so vehicles, leased equipment, and yes, return. Now I will check the sale page just to be sure nothing's popped up pretty quick. And yeah, contracts, cultivating for 15,000, fertilizing for 12. What about plowing contracts? Not any big ones. That cultivating contract looks nice. In the beginning, I definitely would have done that. But at this stage, cultivating contracts do take a bit of time. And I feel like I want to move on to the month of October and see if we get lucky in the sales page. You want to turn your tractor off, or you want to leave it running for the rest of the month? I think we'll turn it off. All right, so like I said, probably get a little bit of money from the BGA, not a whole lot. Speed up time till it's dark-ish, and we'll just double check the store. All right, nothing new there. And yeah, we'll just sleep through the night. Don't have to worry about checking on the goats because they're long gone. Sleep till 8. I think we've done everything we need to be doing. So we're at 480. I did not check on the wheat field to see what the yield is going to be on that, because now it's double fertilized. Although it's going to have weeds in it, so it may not look as good. Actually, it shows 95% even with the weeds in it, which seemed kind of weird. But that'll be at 95%. And, well, nothing. The stuff that was there is gone. The only thing that stayed is a cultivator, which I do not need. Any contracts that, I might get started on? No, nothing there currently. Let me just fast forward an hour, just so... Oh, no, not that fast. Kind of forgot I got the ultra speed on there. And still nothing new there. And, alright, so some more contracts should have came up. And, yeah, there's a plowing one for 6,300, but probably just stay kind of focused on our stuff. So the only thing I got left to do is actually weed our wheat field. Let's go down and visit, though, the grain mill to see how that is doing. Where is the spawn point? So we know where the drop-off point. Oh yeah, someone made a good point, like a trailer that has an underbelly unloader. That's going to be hard to get in here as well. And someone said open up the gate so they can back up the trailers more. That does not open. At least as far as I can tell, that does not open. So yeah, you need a trailer that empties out the back to get that taken care of. Where is the spawn point for everything here? Okay. Not here. I do have 12,000 liters of flour somewhere. Wait, where is the spawn point? Do I have this on... Flour's on storing, so it should be... I mean, ain't going to be a back out... Where? Okay, where... Did I walk past it? I may have. That's where we dump it off. I don't think any of these open, do they? Does this open? I have to go in here to get it? It says I can grab something. It says I can pick up an object. What's in there that I can pick up? I don't know what's in there. Is that where my flour is? Do these open from out here? Open gate. Oh, that's where my flour is. Okay. I mean, I knew that. Okay, of course I didn't. Alright, we'll open these up to get some fresh air. Apparently that one doesn't open. That might be for a train. Have no idea. Okay, so that's where our flour is. Alright, problem solved. So yeah, the articulated trailer that I use, that might be a little bit more difficult to get in here. I mean, I guess I can drive in and then circle my way back out here. That will work at some point. But yeah, we're up to 480,000 in the bank account, and of course we do got some flour piling up here. Currently we got $22,000 worth, and if I wait until January, that's $25,000 worth. And of course we got a whole bunch of grass that's being fermented into silage. That will be ready in December to put through the BGA. And yeah, we'll see how much money we get from that, because that was a good amount of bales that we got today from cutting the grass fields. And of course we got our mustard and canola fields all taken care of. They're set for harvest next season. And we just need, like I said, we just need to weed the wheat field. And then I think next episode, yeah, we might be just zipping right on through the winter months. And fingers crossed, we get some better deals in the sales page than what we have today, which is just a shallow cultivator. But anyways, that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate you making it all the way through the video. If you have made it this far and you like what you saw and you want to help me out a little bit more, maybe think about hitting that thumbs up button. Helps me out more than you know. You can hit the thumbs down button too if you like to, but leave me comments to why, but no one ever leaves a comment as to why they do that. And if you're new here, and hopefully you've already done this, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.